So a lot of creators on YouTube believe that the algorithm is against you, but it's actually the complete opposite. You can use the algorithm in your favor and it can be your biggest growth tool. So in this video, I want to show you exactly how the algorithm works and how you can use it in your favor to get more views for your YouTube channel. YouTube is like absolutely massive. It's almost like inconceivable how big it is now. There's literally billions of videos, and I'll put on the screen now just the scale of how many videos are still being uploaded like every minute or every hour. YouTube's challenge then is to break all these videos down, rank them, and decide which videos it should serve to you. That's the biggest problem with the algorithm. So how does it decide how to rank them and then how to give you the videos you're most likely going to click on and watch? So if you break it down to the most basic level, the algorithm has one job, and it's trying to match videos with people who are most likely going to click on that video, the thumbnail and the title, and then stay on there as long as possible. So then YouTube could serve them more ads, provide them more value from the creators on their platform. And a lot of people think that, oh, the algorithm is out to get me and it's always against small channels and stuff like that. But it's actually not. It's actually working with you, but it's also serving the viewers first on YouTube. It's not serving the creators. So we have to understand that. And one of the best mind shifts I learned for this is if you ever catch yourself saying that the algorithm is against you, just replace the word algorithm with the word audience. It's a really powerful little trick, because if you're sat there saying, well, the algorithm didn't like my video. Well, what about if we replace that and say, well, the audience didn't like my video. What about this video did my audience not like? What didn't resonate with them that just didn't really vibe with the people that usually watch my videos? Now, there's two key metrics that drive growth on YouTube. We've got CTR and we've got AVD. CTR stands for click-through rate, AVD stands for average view duration. And the CTR, the click-through rate, is essentially how we get people to click on your videos, right? And that can be broken down into your packaging, so your title and your thumbnail. That is what contributes to click-through rate. And we want to increase the click-through rate percentage as much as possible, because we want as many of the right people clicking on our thumbnails to watch our videos. Now, once we've got the click, we then shift over to AVD, which is average view duration. So how long are people staying on our videos for? How long are they actually watching our videos for? And AVD can be affected by all sorts of different metrics, like the pacing of your video, how good you are at storytelling, how interesting your video is, how valuable it is, whether your video is just boring as hell or it's actually interesting. Many different factors. But understanding how these two work together, these two key metrics, is going to help your channel grow and get more views. And it's also really good to understand that this is the two key metrics that the algorithm uses to determine what to show you. And then obviously if YouTube gets positive signals that people are watching this video for longer, they will show it to more of a similar audience. A good analogy for this is, think of going to a shop and you looking in the shop window, deciding whether you should go into the shop to look at what's inside is the CTR, that's the click-through rate. So you're being served up this wonderful array of dresses or designer suits and you're like, oh, that looks a bit of me, but should I go in? Should I waste my time going in there? Time is valuable. There's another shop over there I could go and check out. But the click-through rate is you looking at the window of this shop. The average view duration is, once you've decided to go in the shop, how long are you actually going to spend in there? Because you could argue that the more time you spend in this shop, the more likely it is you're going to buy something in there, or the more likely it is going to influence your decisions. And YouTube works exactly the same. So if you can stay in the shop, or aka watching a creator's videos for longer, it's going to be beneficial, one, for you, the creator, and YouTube. YouTube because they can serve you more ads and they can make more money as a business. The creator because they can make more money also through ad revenue and whatever else is going on, but also the viewer, they are getting high value from a video, you'd hope so anyway, if they're spending more time in the shop. So breaking down the algorithm is kind of just one part of this whole YouTube puzzle. I do have a brand new 3-part YouTube Accelerator training that I've just put together, which breaks down the algorithm in much more detail, as well as how to find more viral video ideas and then how to create titles and thumbnails that actually get clicked. These are the biggest contributors to your channel growth as a small channel or even a bigger channel looking to grow. It's how I grew this channel to now over 250,000 subscribers. I will leave a link in the description for that. below if you are serious about growing your channel. But let's talk about other signals that the algorithm reads. So it's not just CTR and AVD. There's other things going on, other things that affect what YouTube shows you. So if you click on your YouTube homepage, you're served up a ton of videos, and that's not random. That is very well thought out by YouTube. And it all is dictated by many different factors, like what you've watched in the past, what you've searched for in the past, what sort of positive influences you've had from other videos, what type of content you like, even the length of content. So I actually notice on my algorithm that if I turn YouTube on mid-afternoon to the evening, my videos that are served up are generally a lot longer, like podcast style length, because I generally just have them on in the background in the evening when I'm cooking, or sometimes even going to bed. So YouTube recognizes that, and it realizes, well, this person is going to be more suited to this style of content in the evening, but in the morning, it's a completely different style of content. And you'll notice this on your feed as well. So it also goes down to shares, like how many people have shared the video. Even if you start to watch a video and then you skip it straight away, that's almost like a neutral or negative flag to YouTube that, okay, maybe this video doesn't fit this audience, let's go and try it with somebody else. So there's all these different things that affect what you see when you open up your YouTube platform. Let's talk about some common misconceptions when it comes to the algorithm. So again, a lot of people think the algorithm is against them as a small channel. Right? Watching this right now, you probably think it's mad I'm making this video teaching YouTube and I have 180 subscribers, but I have a lot of experience with YouTube with growing other channels like this one. So I got a silver play button with over 100,000 subscribers. So I know a thing or two about YouTube, I would think. And a lot of people think as a small channel, it's impossible. It's really hard to grow, to break through this ceiling. But it actually comes down to understanding metrics like we're talking about in this video and the principles which will affect your performance of your channel. It doesn't matter about size. The thing now, it's interest-based. The algorithm is interest-based. So you'll notice now YouTube is serving you videos that is more like TikTok, Instagram style feeds, because it understands that it's not based on channels that have mega subscribers or anything like that. It's giving smaller creators a chance to grow. So you'll sometimes see in your feed, you'll see some creators being shown to you that are quite common, and then YouTube will throw into the mix some real small creators. And if you can grab the attention of people when you're being served an audience like that, you have a chance of breaking into this algorithm and a video being seen by a brand new audience. And this is going to give your channel a massive spike in growth, especially views and subscribers. Another myth that daily uploads are needed to grow, they really aren't. So don't burn yourself out on daily uploads. Now, I like doing fairly frequent uploads. I just do. I like filming, I like talking, addicted to sharing my knowledge with other people. But if that's not your thing and you'd rather just be a bit more relaxed, I think that's probably a stronger way to go anyway, because it doesn't come down to the frequency of uploads that affects the growth of your channel. The actual bigger principle here is your ideas. The ideas you can put together and having strong ideas. So now for this channel, Wolfpack Adventures, I used to post 2 or 3 times a week, which is ridiculous looking back now, because now I post sometimes maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, and I will only post videos when I have a good idea, because I'd rather spend more time focused on the idea of a video than waste time creating 10 videos that only get a few thousand views versus one video could break through and get multiple millions of views, which has happened many times. So don't be stuck in the idea that you need to do daily uploads or even multiple times a week. You really don't. You can go viral with 1 subscriber. That's literally how YouTube's algorithm works now. It's so different than it used to be. Another myth which I'm so strong on, I'm so against when people do this. People think that videos die after 24 hours, or it's the video's success rate is determined in the first 24 hours. That is not true at all, because I've had multiple viral videos that have gone viral days, weeks, months, even years later. They've been quite linear growth, and then they've just gone crazy. And that's the great thing about YouTube. I always say this, like YouTube is always going out, finding new audiences for your videos all the time. It's evergreen. Whereas platforms like Instagram and TikTok, yes, those are platforms where sometimes the virality of a video and how well a video does is determined very early on, and then you'll usually see a video will stagnate and it won't go any further, it won't grow any further. But YouTube, they are always going out and looking for new audiences all the time. So you'll very rarely see, as long as your impressions in your YouTube studio doesn't drop, it's always showing your video to more and more people. So therefore, if you put more and more videos on your channel, the growth is just going to be compounded, which is the best thing ever about YouTube. I will share a bit of an analogy now, which is interesting because when a video starts to do well, a lot of people focus on the wrong metrics. Not just when the videos do well, but I think people get so hyper-focused and obsessed with just the numbers and the metrics in YouTube Studio. Now, as a small creator, a small channel, forget the metrics, just focus on getting videos out in volume, not every single day, just get your reps in, get your first 100 videos on your channel, and then start looking at the data. Because then you've got a good idea of what people like, what people don't like, and you can start focusing on the things that people do like. Click-through rate is a number people get obsessed with. Higher click-through rate, more people click on your video, cool, great, fantastic. But the analogy I want to use here is click-through rate will drop the more views you get. So think of a cookie stand or a lemonade stand at your house. You're selling lemonade outside your house, and you've got a handful of people walking past buying your lovely lemonade. Parents, partners, little kids, adults, whatever. And maybe you get a fair few sales. But the actual volume of traffic, the volume of people walking past your lemonade stand is tiny. So if you compared those numbers and you broke down as a percentage of how many people bought your lovely lemonade out of the people that walk past, it's a very high click-through rate. It's a very high consumption rate. Now, if you compared that to setting up your lemonade stand in the center of New York, where you've got thousands of people walking past all the time, but there are people buying your lemonade, you'll have a lot less click-through rate, lower click-through rate. But overall, you'll sell more lemonade. So you can see here how click-through rate, as videos grow, as your channel grows, can be skewed. And people make the wrong decisions on small amounts and not enough data. This is really frustrating. Don't do this, which is why I'm quite strong on the fact that you should put 100 videos on your channel before you start really looking at the analytics, or at least 50 or 60 videos. Get your reps in, get your videos on your channel, and then start analysing and looking at the data properly with a microscope. But don't over and hyper focus on it and obsess over it, because it will force you to make the wrong decisions and it'll probably drive you insane as well. So the algorithm's main goal is to keep people on YouTube. Your main goal as a creator is to have strong ideas with strong titles and thumbnails and a bloody good bit of content that is high value and keeps people watching for longer. So if you help YouTube grow, they will help you grow. And now you know how the algorithm works and how you can start getting better at understanding this. The next part of this is learning how to come up with viral video ideas consistently, and then how to package those up and offer them so they become like a scroll stopper on someone's YouTube homepage. That's why I created my YouTube Accelerator program. It's a brand new masterclass I've put together. Link in the description if you want to go and check it out. It's a 90-minute training that covers everything in depth of how to come up with viral video ideas consistently and then how to package them up so you can actually grow your channel way faster. But I hope that video was useful. YouTube's going to recommend some videos up here. See you next one.